Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. Recently, we have received somber news about the passing of some extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. We will also recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Chichi Rodriguez, considered one of the most charismatic figures in pro golf, has died at age 88, according to the Associated Press. No cause of death or location was given. Rodriguez was one of golf's great entertainers. His comedic antics included placing his hat over holes as a way to stop the birdies from escaping. After sinking a big putt, he might pretend to sheath his putter at his belt, like a sword that had been used in battle. As a result, he attracted some of the circuit's largest galleries. Some of the players objected to me putting my hat over the hole, so former Commissioner Joe Day asked me to stop, Rodriguez once told the LA Times. Born in Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, on October 23, 1935, he nearly died at age 4 from rickets and tropical sprue, a chronic deficiency disease. Named Juan Antonio Rodriguez, he picked up the nickname Chichi as a kid when he played baseball. His PGA Tour bio notes that he worked as a caddy in his native country, learning to play golf by smacking a tin can with a guava tree limb. He turned pro in 1960 and notched his first PGA Tour win at the 1963 Denver Open Invitational. He also won the 1964 Lucky International Open, the 1964 Western Open, the 1967 Texas Open, the 1968 Sahara Invitational, the 1972 Byron Nelson Classic, and the 1979 Tallahassee Open. He played in 591 events and made 422 cuts. He also was a member of the victorious 1973 U.S. Ryder Cup team. Rodriguez founded the Chichi Rodriguez Youth Foundation in 1979. In 1989, he was awarded the Bob Jones Award, the U.S. Golf Association's highest honor, for distinguished sportsmanship. Chichi Rodriguez's passion for charity and outreach was surpassed only by his incredible talent with a golf club in his hand, said PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan. A vibrant, colorful personality both on and off the golf course, he will be missed dearly by the PGA Tour and those whose lives he touched in his mission to give back. The PGA Tour sends its deepest condolences to the entire Rodriguez family during this difficult time. Patty Yastaki, best known for her roles in Beef and Star Trek, The Next Generation, passed away peacefully on August 6th, surrounded by friends and family after a long battle with cancer, her manager and friend Kyle Fritz told Deadline. She was 70. Los Angeles native Yastaki, born and raised in Gardena and Inglewood, graduated from UCLA with honors in theater. She started her career at East West Players, where she worked with the company's co-founder, Japanese-American acting icon Meiko, for 6 years on stage, on staff and on the board, performing in over a dozen shows. Yasutake made her major feature debut in Ron Howard's 1986 comedy Gung Ho as Umeki, a relocated Japanese wife earnestly trying to Americanize. She reprised her character in the follow-up ABC comedy series spawned by the movie. For her next movie, the 1988 The Wash, Yasutake received an Independent Spirit Award Supporting Actress nomination. Her resume also includes the films Drop Dead Gorgeous, Blind Spot and Road to Galveston, and a slew of guest starring appearances on such series as The Closer, Grey's Anatomy, Bones, Flash Forward, The Unit, and Cold Case. Yasutake's last TV role before her death was one of the highest profiled ones in her career. She was a series regular on Netflix's acclaimed limited series Beef, playing George's mother, Fumi Nakai. She also played Nurse Alyssa Ogawa on Star Trek: The Next Generation, a role she later reprised in Star Trek Generations. Spanning 3 decades, Yasutake's theater work included stints at New Mexico Repertory Theater, American Southwest Theater, Los Angeles Theater Center, San Diego Repertory Theater, Manhattan Theater Club, South Coast Repertory Theater, and the Westwood Playhouse. As a theater director, she developed and staged world premieres at East West Players, the Richmond Shepherd Theater and Ensemble Studio Theater, along with a revival of Tea at the Odyssey Theater. Patty was my first client when I began over 30 years ago, Fritz said. We enjoyed every day we got to work together, and I will miss her spirit, talent, and tenacity, but most of all, her friendship. Yasutake was preceded in death by her parents, Michael and Jun Yasutake, and her sister, business executive Irina Hirano Inoue. She is survived by siblings Linda Hayashi and Stephen Yasutake, a large extended family of nephews and nieces, and a family of friends and colleagues including Fritz and Jonathan Del Arco. Jack Carlson, whose iconic arrest video while eating a succulent Chinese meal turned him into a meme, has died. He was 82. Carlson was reported by The Guardian to have died surrounded by family Wednesday. He walked a full and colorful path, and despite the troubles thrown at him, he lived by his motto, "To keep on laughing," his family said in statement. Carlson became an icon years after the arrest video that came outside a Chinese restaurant in Brisbane. In the video, he bellowed, "This is democracy manifest," as he was being arrested by police and pushed into a police car. He then questioned loudly, "What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?" Which immediately gained meme status. The arrest took place in 1982, but the video only emerged in 2009 after it was uploaded to the internet. Carlson was reported by The Guardian to have been a small-time crook and serial prison escaper who had many aliases. A documentary on his life, The Man Who Ate a Succulent Chinese Meal, in which he revisits the restaurant, is set for release in March 2025. In an interview with The Guardian recently, director Heath Davis described Carlson as the last Australian larrikin. Billy Beane, a former Los Angeles Dodger who went on to become the first diversity chief for Major League Baseball, died on Wednesday. He was 60. Major League Baseball said in a statement that the cause was acute myeloid leukemia, but gave no location details. Beane was the second Major League player to come out as gay. Glenn Burke, an outfielder for the Los Angeles Dodgers and Oakland Athletics, announced his sexual orientation after he retired in 1982. Beane retired in 1995 after playing for the Dodgers, Detroit Tigers, and San Diego Padres. Beane was named Major League Baseball's first ambassador for inclusion in 2014. Since 2022, he had been the organization's SVP of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. He worked with all 30 clubs educating players on inclusion and social justice initiatives. He made baseball a better institution, the baseball commissioner, Rob Manfred, said in the statement, both on and off the field by the power of his example, his empathy, his communication skills, his deep relationships inside and outside our sport, and his commitment to doing the right thing. Of his retirement, done in part to hide a relationship, Beane said, "Baseball I knew wasn't ready for a guy like me." Connie Chiume, the South African actor known for her role as tribal leader Zawavari in Marvel Studios' Black Panther and 2022 sequel, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, died Wednesday at a Johannesburg hospital. She was 72. Her family announced the death on social media. A cause has not been disclosed. The South African government paid tribute to Chiume on X. "Our heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of multi-award-winning and legendary actress Connie Chiume. Her outstanding work will always be remembered." Born June 5, 1952, as Gabasile Connie Chiume in South Africa's Free State province of Welcome. She later studied to be a nurse and then a teacher, two of the limited options open to Black South Africans under apartheid. In the late 1970s, she joined a traveling musical group before being cast in the South African stage musical Ipintombi. Subsequent stage credits would include roles in Porgy and Bess and The Little Shop of Horrors. Returning to South Africa after the fall of apartheid, she appeared in many TV series and films before her Hollywood breakthrough as a tribe elder in the fictional kingdom of Wakanda. Critical and audience response was more than enough to warrant a return 5 years later in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Jay Cantor, veteran film producer and agent to a long list of Hollywood luminaries, including Marlon Brando, Grace Kelly, Marilyn Monroe, among others, has died. He was 97. Cantor died peacefully and surrounded by his family in his Beverly Hills home on the morning of August 7th. The agent and executive got his start in the business after his stint in the U.S. Navy, which he joined during World War II. Cantor applied for a job at MCA and rose up quickly through the ranks. He was mentored by Lew Wasserman. At age 22, Cantor sought an offer for a young actor named Marlon Brando. Brando then traveled to Los Angeles via train, and Cantor picked him up at the station. Upon arrival, the two became fast lifelong friends, with Brando becoming Jay's longtime client. Cantor went on to represent stars such as Grace Kelly, Marilyn Monroe, Gene Kelly, Warren Beatty, and Ronald Reagan. When MCA bought Universal Pictures, Cantor relocated to London with his family to oversee production for the European studio. The studio later shut down its European operations, and Cantor formed a production company with Elliot Kastner and Alan Ladd. Ladd returned to Los Angeles for a high-ranking production executive job at 20th Century Fox and invited Cantor to join him. This began a filmmaking partnership with Laddie that included leadership of 20th Century Fox, the Ladd Co. Credits of the films he worked on include classics and Academy Award winners, such as Chariots of Fire, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Alien, Thelma and Louise, Julia, Blade Runner, Body Heat, Norma Ray, Turning Point, The Right Stuff, Star 80, and the Police Academy franchise. With longtime friend and collaborator Mel Brooks, he worked on such Brooks classics as Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, High Anxiety, Spaceballs, and Life Stinks. Cantor was born on December 12, 1926 in Chicago, IL, to parents Muriel and Harry Cantor. He was married 3 times, the first to actress Roberta Haynes for less than a year, followed by a marriage to Judy Balaban, the daughter of former president and honorary chairman of Paramount Pictures, Barney Balaban. Cantor was later married to his wife of 49 years, Kit Bennett Cantor, with whom he shared his life until her death in 2014. During his life, he also lost a daughter, Victoria Cantor Colombetti,